Pediatric ER visits for COVID are at their highest, and it's something that we're seeing locally. I'm Bronte Sorotsky with what Freeman doctors are seeing in their hospitals, as well as details for vaccines for younger children.
And Pittsburgh schools announced a change to the district's masking policy.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
6 people are injured from a crash on Missouri 171 near Asbury. This is KOAM News at 6. According to the Missouri Highway Patrol, a work truck was westbound on Baseline Boulevard this afternoon when it failed to stop at Highway 171. It then crashed into the side of an SUV that was southbound on the highway. Both vehicles went off the road into a field. The work truck then caught fire. A medical helicopter took one of the injured people to the hospital. Metz, Carl Junction Fire, the Missouri Highway Patrol, and the Jasper County Sheriff's Office all responded to that crash. There's no word on the conditions of any of those injured. We're glad to have Doug Heddy back. He joins us now with a first look at the weather.
Hey, thanks, Down. It actually turned out to be a pretty good Wednesday for us today. Temperature is nice. We've had a lot of clouds, and we have had some random showers earlier today, mainly on the Kansas side. As of right now, underneath these clouds, there may be a sprinkle or two, but if you have any outdoor activities throughout the evening hours, I think you're going to be fine, as most of us are dry. You can just see a couple little tiny sprinkles down across Newton County and also McDonald County. So let's go through the evening. Still a lot of clouds. We'll slide back through the 70s, eventually into the upper 60s a little bit later on tonight, but at least right now it feels great. 80 in Nevada, 80 in Neosho. 81 Miami, Pittsburgh at 79, a little bit warmer once you get out toward Independence at about 84 degrees. Through the evening hours, a lot of clouds, mainly dry, but rain chances will start to increase quite a bit over the next few days. We'll look at that here in just a bit.
See you soon. The CDC says nationwide an increasing number of children are hospitalized for COVID-19, something Freeman Health System is seeing locally as well. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky spoke with a Freeman pediatrician about current hospitalizations among young people and about vaccine information for younger children.
In Joplin, COVID-19 cases are still a concern for hospitals.
19 active COVID patients, 2 of whom are on a ventilator. Now, obviously, it's still a matter of grave concern. We're certainly not through this yet, and I want to emphasize that. In fact, we have had 5 COVID deaths since Friday.
Nationally, we're seeing more kids with COVID needing hospitalization.
Since July, pediatric COVID cases are up 240%, and that's just another reason that we need to vaccinate.
That's according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. But this rise in children needing hospitalization is something Dr. Beth Garrett, a Freeman pediatrician, is seeing firsthand.
I have had to ship kids to Children's Mercy because of respiratory failure due to COVID. And then I've had to hospitalize kids here for respiratory support and monitoring due to COVID.
While pediatricians say it's less common for children who contract COVID to need hospitalization, it's still an issue they're facing.
Unfortunately, we see some severe disease in children when it comes to COVID. It's not as common as in adults, but unfortunately we see it in our office. Walking through the door, we get calls about it. And so we want to get those kids vaccinated who can get vaccinated.
Garrett also explains why there's a difference in vaccines for adults versus different age groups of kids.
It's basically broken down into developmental stages and how bodies respond to vaccines. For the vaccine for ages 5 to 11, they've been able to decrease the dose of the vaccine into a third of the dose for adults and still get a robust immune response.
With Pfizer turning in data to the FDA about vaccines for 5 to 11-year-olds, pediatricians emphasize the importance of getting young children vaccinated. In Joplin, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
Anyone interested in getting their children vaccinated against COVID can call Freeman's Shot Line, where they can refer callers to a place in the community to receive a vaccine. Students in Crawford County, Kansas could soon have the option to go maskless in class. After meeting with the Crawford County Health Department, the Pittsburgh School Board has determined that starting October 4th, that's next week, students have the option to go maskless if the following county-wide requirements are met. Crawford County must have 40 or fewer new COVID cases per week. The county's case numbers must be stable or trending downward. Local hospitals must have adequate space for COVID-19 patients, and school absences caused by COVID must be under 3%.
I think a return to normalcy is important, but I think it's also important to remember that we're going to continue to look at data. And if the data shows us that we start having an increase again, this gives us the flexibility to go back en masse to make sure that we're keeping our staff and our students safe.
The Crawford County Health Department director and a Pittsburgh high school student share their thoughts on the new mask policy tonight at 10. The Joplin and Crawford County Health Departments report more COVID-19 deaths. In Joplin, 2 more people died with COVID-19. It brings the total number of deaths in the city to 173. The patients were an 82-year-old woman and a 78-year-old man. 6 more people in Crawford County have died with the virus since last week. That brings the total number of COVID deaths in Crawford County now to 113. Still ahead, how Columbus residents are showing pride in their community. And McDonald County students see a wrong and take action, bringing strawberry milk back to their classmates. Columbus, Kansas citizens are showing their pride in their town. The Columbus Pride Community Cleanup Day today gave residents a chance to beautify the town they love.
Our Columbus Pride sponsors this event, and really what we do is we get together for a couple hours and we clean up the city. We go to our parks, we go down the main strip, and we prepare our city this time for something called Columbus Days, an event that we have once a year promoting our city.
You can find out when the next Columbus Community Cleanup Day is by following the City of Columbus on Facebook. Missouri Southern's Japan semester is in full swing, and today that meant students experienced a moment of Zen, or in this case, mini Zen gardens. The school gave them away today in the Student Center. Of course, college students could use all the peace and relaxation they can get.
Because me specifically, I'm taking 19 credit hours, I work part-time, I'm in a lot of other clubs, so this is just a way for me to relax, have fun, have a really good time.
This week's Japan semester events also included a showing of the 2001 animated fantasy Spirited Away. Sometimes it seems as though the younger generation is taking more action these days, righting wrongs when they see them. Well, 4th graders in McDonald County saw a wrong, and they're now circulating a petition to bring back strawberry milk. And the work paid off. Today, the milk truck rolled through at around 10 a.m. with a special delivery of strawberry milk.
Okay, I love strawberries and I love milk, and when they're like combined, it's out of the world. I love it.
Wow, well said. Today, fittingly, is World School Milk Day, a day that celebrates the health benefits of school milk programs. Later, it's rivalry week for Pitt State and Missouri Southern. The Lions are set to welcome in the Gorillas on Saturday. Tonight, we're going to hear how Coach Bradley is preparing for his first Miners Bowl.
Plus, rain chances are going to start to creep up over the next few days. We're going to check that out coming up next. Well, it's turned out to be a pretty good Wednesday for us today. Temperatures not bad at all, upper 70s to lower 80s for afternoon highs, and that's still pretty much where we are sitting right now. Most of us 79, 80 degrees, 81 in Stockton, 80 in Anderson. We have 83 in Parsons, 84 in Yates Center. Nowata sitting at about 83 degrees, so decently comfortable across the region. And not near as windy as what we have seen over the past several days. We still have this light southeasterly wind, which is kicking in, but it's going to stay fairly light for us through the evening hours into the overnight hours tonight. Nice shot, 7th and range line. We're looking west. Of course, the sun setting a little bit earlier these days as, gosh, it's dark by 7:20. 80 in Joplin, south winds at about 5 to 10. Humidity is sitting at 60%. And we have had a lot of clouds most of the day, except our western counties. You've had quite a bit of sunshine, but a lot of clouds throughout the day. Had a few random showers earlier today across Kansas and also parts of Oklahoma. But underneath these clouds, not a lot going on. There's a couple little sprinkles, extreme southwestern Missouri, northwestern parts of Arkansas. Besides that, we should stay dry as we go through the evening hours if you're doing anything outside over the next hour or so before it gets dark. Any showers, any thunderstorms, mainly off to our east across central parts of Missouri. But I really think most of us are going to stay dry this evening, but we will see rain chances increasing. Look at the thunderstorms out across Nebraska, northwestern parts of Kansas. Eventually, this wave will start to affect us and up our chances for rain as we go through the next couple days. You can see the main low out across northern parts of Arizona. So it just keeps sending these little weak waves toward us, and we'll get a few rounds of showers and thunderstorms lasting into the weekend. Again, through the evening hours, I think we're okay. Late tonight into tomorrow morning, a few isolated showers trying to pop up. Look at the batch of rain out to the west. Starts to get closer to us as we go through the day. So here's the noon hour. We're going to have a few hit and miss storms, but most of you are going to stay dry as we go through the morning, but rain chances will increase by the time we get into the afternoon and also into the evening hours. So our better chances for rain, or at least more widespread rain, will be tomorrow afternoon. 67 to start, 80 by noon, very similar to what we had today. High temp right around 83 degrees. Showers start to dissipate a little bit tomorrow night. We're still going to have a few random ones out there. And then again on Friday, we'll get some additional showers, even a few thunderstorms popping up, especially late afternoon into the evening hours. So this could affect some of the high school football games by the time we head into Friday evening. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that. Rainfall amounts, because it is going to be hit and miss, kind of hard to peg down, but I'd say most of us a half an inch to an inch of rain by the time we get through the weekend. And we're still going to have the rain actually sticking around on Saturday, and then most of this will start to shift out by the time we head into Sunday, and then we'll dry out for a few days. 83 tomorrow, 83 Friday, 70s over the weekend. Monday and Tuesday look great. Overall temperatures really nice to kick off November here very shortly.
Yeah, we'll take that. Doug, I know you've heard this, but I'll say it again because I know I speak for a lot of people when I say it is good to have you back.
I appreciate it, and obviously I had to take a little bit of time off, but really appreciate all the support I've gotten through from the entire four-state area.
Welcome back, buddy. Webb City Homecoming Parade, it's underway right now, and this is a live look from Main Street in Webb City. The night will culminate with a bonfire at a field near the middle school and lots of food trucks and other fun for the family. Homecoming week has been underway for a few days. It is a week after all, and local businesses like Maggie Jane's didn't hesitate to paint their locations and the town red in support of their Cardinals.
We're all about the community. We want to make sure we support Webb City. We want to support the schools 100%. And by that, we can decorate our window with painting the town red and make sure the schools and all the kids know that we support them and we can do everything we can.
Webb City will welcome in Branson for their homecoming game on Friday. Coming up in sports, it's rivalry week for Pitt State and Missouri Southern football, and the NEO Golden Norsemen aim for back-to-back wins this weekend against Ellsworth. Jacob Leonard has that and more next.
Well, this week is rivalry week for Pitt State and Missouri Southern football. The Lions host the Gorillas on Saturday in Week 5 of the MIAA schedule. Now, Southern heads into the weekend with a 1-3 record, while Pitt State is 3-1, winning back-to-back games over Northeastern State and Emporia State. Now, for the Lions, there are a lot of young guys on the team who have not got to play in this rivalry game yet. One person who has is Southern head coach Atiba Bradley, who lined up for Southern against the Gorillas from 2002 to 2005.
I hate Welcome to the Jungle. They played on their kickoffs. So I remember playing there. We had some really good games. We had some really good back and forth. But the fun part about it as a player is that, especially a player from the four states, is you see so many guys that either live in Kansas and come over here to work, or guys that from the area that decide to go play over there. So there's just so many common relationships that you find when you're playing this game.
We'll hear from the Gorillas on Saturday's matchup with Southern right here tomorrow night. Well, the NEO Golden Norsemen will be at home this weekend against Ellsworth. The Norsemen are aiming for back-to-back wins on Saturday after beating Navarro on homecoming weekend last Saturday. NEO is 1-2 in their first 3 games. The last time out against Navarro, though, their offense showed some big-time signs of life. Now, after scoring just 10 points in their first 2 games combined, NEO went out and scored 39 on Navarro, rushing for 467 yards as a team, with 5 guys racking up at least 50 yards on the ground.
It's a big deal. We ran the ball a lot. We had 3 guys that were close to 100 yards. We had 2 that did have 100, and then our quarterback had 85. I was very, very proud and pleased with our offense and just the work they put in all week and the way they blocked and the way they carried out fakes and the way they did everything that they were supposed to do that we've been talking about all week. You go watch the very first play of our game last week. We had a double team go 30 yards down the field. And we're going to play a very, very physical brand of football and a very true to being a sound offense and defense as we can, and that really showed up last week.
The St. Louis Cardinals earned a spot in the postseason last night, claiming the second wildcard spot in the National League. The Cards, though, still have 5 games left in the regular season. Tonight's game 2 of a 3-game series for St. Louis against Milwaukee. The Cardinals enter the night on a 17-game winning streak, the 3rd longest in baseball over the last 60 years. Game time for this one is 6:45. The Kansas City Royals also in action tonight against Cleveland. Now, they're not going to make the playoffs, but still a big reason to watch tonight. Salvador Perez has 47 home runs this season. He needs just 1 more to break the Royals' franchise record for home runs in a single season. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
We take time now to honor a local veteran. Sergeant Val Bever served in the U.S. Army. The Girard, Kansas native fought with the 85th Infantry during World War II, and we are proud to salute Sergeant Val Bever. He's tonight's 4-state hero. You can learn about lots of other heroes, thousands of them from all across this area. You can also submit a hero of your own anytime, and we're always looking for more to honor. It's very simple. You just go to our website and click on the link. It's KOAMnewsnow.com. Jordan Abbey joins us now with a look at what's coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Tonight at 9, going to go over new mask options for students in the Pittsburgh School District. Also, day 2 of military leaders on Capitol Hill answering questions over the Afghanistan exit. And a look at how more robots could help life more at home. That, of course, much more tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Jordan, thanks. Hey, the Women's Basketball Championship Tournament will be part of March Madness branding starting in 2022. The NCAA made that announcement today. College basketball fans have been watching March Madness for many years, but the branding for the annual event never included the women's games. Officials say being part of March Madness will help raise more awareness and marketing for women's basketball. The women's Final Four is scheduled for April 1st through the 3rd in Minneapolis. The men's national championship game will be on April 4th in New Orleans. We have a chance of some rain moving in, and we could use some rain, Doug.
Yeah, we actually could use a little bit of rain. Most of tonight, it looks okay. We are going to get a few random showers in here tomorrow morning, but our best chance for widespread rain is going to occur tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours, and you can see our rain chances. They stick around into the weekend, which we do need. I know you just planted some grass seed. I need to do the same thing, so we need to get that grass growing.
If you can get it established this time of year, that's a good thing. Final sports note.
Plenty of storylines heading into this weekend for Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern football. We're going to hear from the Lions on facing the Pittsburgh State defense tonight at 10.
We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.